So this series is going to be about GPT, which is basically a model um, of a generatively pre-trained transformer. And I'm going to try and build the model from the beginning effectively. I don't know where it's going to go completely. I'm going to be following a couple of different YouTube tutorials. I will be on Stack Overflow as well, I imagine, for quite a lot, like searching for different things. I might even actually be using ChatGPT itself to assist, or even Google Bard. So I'll be using all of those. I've actually taken at least the base of this from another YouTube video about neural networks. It's called Zero to Hero. So that's quite useful. So have a look at that as well. And that's generally what this video is going to be about. So I think we're going to kind of like dig into it and get on with stuff. So before we actually get into the code, one thing that I should kind of like highlight really is this paper over here, which is the paper's called "Attention is All You Need," and you can see it's written by a lot of Google people actually. But basically, this is about recurrent neural networks. We're not going to go into the complexities of this. We're actually going to build the Python code, so we're just going to kind of like go straight into that and build the code around it. But here's actually the model for the transformer. I can zoom in on that as well. Just zoom in a bit, but this is effectively the model for the transformer. And even in the YouTube videos and tutorials and things that we're going to do, we're not going to get to the level of complexity of this, nor could we on our PCs, but we can make the first couple of steps quite simply, and we'll definitely be doing that. So that's where we're going to get into, and we'll be following this type of process. Let's just have a look further down though in the document. It's quite mathematical, but we are not going to need too much of it so long as we understand our basic level of maths in Python and what we can use there. So this is more about getting it actually working in code. But nevertheless, this paper, I think, which was I believe it was written in 2017, was kind of like the genesis of AI. So, or at least these generatively pre-trained transformers. So that's really what we're going to get onto, and we're going to start doing the code. So one difference between this video attempt and other video tutorials is that this one's done in Visual Studio Code, and other ones are done on like Google Colabs and Jupyter notebooks, so that which is actually perfectly fine, and they're kind of like shareable that way. So I'm going to do this one on Visual Studio Code, and there'll be slight nuances because where you need to download or import stuff, you just got to make sure that you've got the modules that are available. So that will be one difference. But one advantage, I guess, at the same point will be that you could actually have everything running off of your local PC as opposed to needing to connect to the web for it. So the first thing that I've got to try and do here is to get a data set, and the recommended data set is over here. It's actually it's something called Tiny Shakespeare, and I was like watching a little bit about it, and we can sort of like actually go to the URL as well of this Tiny Shakespeare. So maybe I'll click and open that if I can. Control and follow link. So this is what Tiny Shakespeare looks like, which I understand is a collection of all of Shakespeare's writing, like literally all of everything that he's ever written. And I think there's like 1,000,000 words or something like that in there. So we're going to be working effectively on this data, which is this 1,000,000 words. In some way, we've got to get this text into into our module over here. So we're going to try and get it into here. I'm going to do import requests is the way that I'm going to try and do it. I attempted before just to do, if I can pull it up, I attempted to do something like this with statement over here, but it failed miserably. So it's like a with and try to just pass that into the a reading file in the same way that you'd read a text file. Now, if I actually downloaded this file, and maybe I should do because it'd make life simpler, so I might show both ways. But if I downloaded this file straight into the directory system here, it would actually work. It's a tiny file actually, it's not big. So I might do both alternatives, but I'm going to give this one a go as well, which is effectively to try and read the file directly off of the web, for the sake of just reading something straight out of a GitHub user account, a raw GitHub user account. So that's what we're going to try and do right now.